Persona 5 is a JRPG published by Atlus and developed by P Studio. It's a life simulator game with great characters, emotional stakes, and turn-based dungeon-crawling gameplay. You can also date your teacher, who also works as a call-for-hire maid. But we aren't here to talk about that. We are here to discuss how Atlus develops and shows a character's true intentions, not only narrative-wise, but also game and character design-wise. This character is no other than the famous, or infamous, Ace Detective Prince Goro Akechi. Now, I must warn you, if you have never played or have gone past November in Persona 5, click out of this video now. There will be spoilers. You have been warned. Well, after all of that, welcome to Symbolism in Game Design with Xenocake. That's me. First, before we get into the nitty-gritty stuff, getting a good understanding of Akechi's character will give a lot of insight as to what his design means. With that said, Goro Akechi is a high school student who is also a well-known detective. Because of his abilities, how he carries himself, and being able to figure out dozens of cases, mostly dealing with the psychotic breakdowns, he is well known and desired, also becoming a celebrity and idol to many. Events later on in the game have Akechi joining up with the Phantom Thieves, involving him betraying them and later on facing against the Phantom Thieves, showing his true self. He reveals that he was the one who not only caused the psychotic breakdowns, but also the mental shutdowns which killed many. He also reveals that he's been doing this under Shido's commands, and that after Shido gets elected, plans on killing him for revenge after what he did to him as a father, betraying Akechi and causing his mother's suicide. He wants to be seen as a hero, disregarding true justice and friendship. After being defeated, Akechi says that he feels jealous over Joker and the Phantom Thieves. Knowing his desires and backstory, the Phantom Thieves feel bittersweet, not forgiving Akechi, but having sympathy over him. After this, Shido's palace summons a cognitive form of Akechi, showing that Shido sees Akechi as nothing more than a puppet, and was going to kill him after getting elected. After seeing all of this, Akechi sacrifices himself for the Phantom Thieves, realizing that they both have the same goal in the end, to get rid of Shido, and to bring justice into society. Now that you've gotten a grasp of Akechi as a character, let's look into his design. We won't look at his standard wardrobe, since it just conveys that he's a very formal, fashionable guy. Like, look at those clothes. Smooth. Look at his Phantom Thief design. Not only knowing that each Phantom Thief costume represents the wearer's idea of rebellion, but also that Akechi is a traitor and wants to be looked at highly. What does his design represent? Well, first off, his costume is based off of a prince's costume, with it mostly being white with ruffles on its shoulders. This represents how Akechi and others see him, as a detective prince. His father, Shido, is planning on becoming the Prime Minister of Japan, which some could say could be like the King of Japan, and Goro Akechi being the Prince of Japan. Not only this, but his costume is mostly white with some red, most of the red being in the mask and cape. This is a big sign of all of this being a facade. Most of the Phantom Thieves' costumes center around either black, red, or a mix of black and red. The majority of his costume is white, the opposite of black. White in this case also represents purity and justice, two attributes that Akechi sees in himself. Having red in his mask is also very interesting and a big symbol. One of the major themes of Persona 5 is a symbol of masks, a symbol of them hiding the true personality of yourself to others. This relates to others, mostly the villains creating facades, or some could say, personas. For themselves in order to hide their true desires. For example, Kamoshida portrays himself as a successful gym coach, but in reality, he's just looking at the school as his own castle, with him being the evil king. With this in red representing the color of the Phantom Thieves, his mask represents him hiding his true form in order to act like one of the Phantom Thieves. There isn't much to talk about with his traitor costume. The white and red of his Phantom Thief costume changes into black and dark blue, with his mask changing into a helmet. An interesting point is that even his body position changes. He changes from a upright and sophisticated stance on his right to a hanging, arcing stance on his left. Just food for thought. Persona. Goro's first persona is Robin Hood. Robin Hood, who steals from the rich and gives to the poor, relates to both being a thief and being an image of justice, something that Goro wants to be seen as. Robin Hood's design also has a lot of design traits of comic book heroes like Superman. Even the RH on his chest looks like an A, like Superman's F. This represents how Goro wants to be, idealized like a hero from a comic book. Goro's second and true persona is Loki. Loki perfectly represents Goro's true form. He, like Loki, is a trickster who lies for his own benefit, betrays others, and even gets betrayed by his own dad. Gameplay. Goro Akechi's persona, Robin Hood's innate skills include Koga and Hamon, medium bless attacks, and Iga and Mudon, medium curse attacks. This shows Goro's two-sided nature, one side being the detective prince who fights for justice, and his other side, not caring for others and only wanting revenge, and doing whatever it takes to get his revenge, including killing others in the metaverse. His true persona, Loki, also has these similar skills, besides the skill Desperate and various others, which really doesn't mean anything. Besides Desperate kinda being how he feels at the moment. Lastly, the weapons that Akechi uses in the metaverse give an insightful clue as to how long he has truly been in the metaverse. All of the other Phantom Thieves use props based off of real-life weapons, like guns, knives, and bats. Akechi, on the other hand, uses props based off of saber swords and laser guns, fantasy weapons that aren't based on real life. Because of this, someone would have to have a better understanding of how to use cognition in the metaverse, and who else would besides the Black Mask killer himself, Goro Akechi. Love him or hate him, Pancake Boy Daddy Issues Please Kill Me Now Detective Prince Goro Akechi is a very interesting character, and the game shows this not only through its narrative, but also through its game and character design. Alright, yeah, this is the end of the video, bye!